So it's time to get that big Meatstock, big round of applause going. Come on, let it go, let it go. They are lively for a small crowd. You're doing a great job and we appreciate your support. Thank you very much. So now we are having a game meet masterclass. So ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Mr. Rob Galina. And also, helping him out on the microphone, Timmy Waller.
Good morning, Alan. Thank you very much for coming tonight, and for the crowd actually, we're all done.
They come back from.
Yeah, they did. I think everyone get a good feed. Right, so just a little bit of background. What we're going to do tonight is a deer. We got a fallow deer that we harvested fresh last week. It's been hanging in the cool room, so it's aged. I had to do it in two pieces, obviously, because I didn't do it yesterday on the way down. So Tim's going to actually bone this out. It's almost identical to doing lamb or a goat. I'm actually going to do a small kangaroo as well. For those of you who don't know, I do this as a profession. I do feral animal contracting, so I actually get paid to go out and cull animals. But we are at the moment in the process of creating the very first mobile processing facility for game animals. So, in saying that, what we're going to do, Tim's going to work on this exactly the same as what we would if we were doing a lamb or a goat or anything like that. Ripping out a couple of back straps, some chops, shoulder roasts, leg roasts, a couple of steaks. I'm going to do the same with the kangaroo. So, and then basically give you all a little bit of a deal on how to prep and how to, a couple of recipes if anybody wants to know recipes on how to cook game meat. So if there's any questions at all, just throw them out and we'll be happy to answer anything that you guys have got, obviously, while we're going.
So one of the biggest things I noticed about a deer, Rob, is that the bone structure is exactly the same, but the muscles, the actual knuckle is bigger than the other knuckles on other animals, and it's also smaller.
Yep.
That's because it's obviously got spring in its step?
Well, it's obviously because it's jumping. It does a lot of jumping. It's not a grazing animal, it's actually a free-range animal that's roaming a lot. So it's having to jump fences, through creeks, all the stuff that a lot of animals don't have to worry about doing when they're farming. Okay?
So I'll try and actually take those muscles apart and show you. So this meat is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know why it's not utilised more in other places. You can just see the richness of it. Obviously, right with the less fat content, it'll be a little bit different cooked than other animals.
Yeah, it's kangaroo would be a very, very lean animal. They're nothing like any other animal. Obviously, I think it's because it's a natural food that they're using. It's native grasses. It's they've got no hormones injected into them, pesticides, anything like that whatsoever.
So can you still slow cook or fast or?
Okay, depending on what you're doing. Like we had a few butchers out with us last week with Mo. We took Mo out. We were lucky enough to have him second year in a row go out and do a camping trip. And like the guys, like Adam Kirk was saying just a little bit earlier on, he was a little bit shocked. He wasn't even intending on trying any sort of game meats like kangaroo or deer. But no, the best way to cook, I believe, depends on the cuts as well that you're getting out of it, is very fast. If you're doing steaks or fillets, it's got to be served medium to rare. I like my meat rare. I do that for my kids and everything. But there are people that like it well done, so I mean it is going to be a little bit tough. I mean it's got bugger all fat content in it completely. So the faster you cook it, the better. It just seals all those juices in. And then once you've sealed all that in, I mean it also comes down to, because the meat's not, a lot of people say that it's very sweet, it's very rich. I've never actually found that. It's a very delicate meat.
Yep.
Really delicate. So
you can see the knife's just going through it like butter. So
it does.
It's phenomenal.
If you have a look at the grain, I mean that's your kangaroo leg there. I don't know if you can actually see it. But your kangaroo leg compared to your venison leg, the grain on the meat is actually really fine. Like the deer grain on your fillet, and even in your leg station, like your rubs and everything, is a lot finer than even lamb. If you have the texture of it is a lot finer.
This is fantastic.
So, like, there's a lot that goes into it. Like, a lot of people have done studies on it, the nutritional values of wild meat. If you look at the protein, the omega-3s, the omega-6s, everything that goes into like no, well, there you go, mate.
Okay, guys, we've got a special guest up here. He's a mate of Rob's. We made candle with Rob. The great man is here for him, Mr. Billy Moon-Peter.
I'm gonna tell you, this man right now doing the cutting to the left, he's a really good friend and he's an excellent outdoorsman. But tell you, we went out in the bush a week ago. I grew up eating oxtail soup, oxtail stew. We made on the campfire kangaroo tail stew that was the best I've ever had. Oh, and our beef oxtail soup, it was awesome. So, and we just ate good, man. It was awesome. It was awesome experience. Australia's a beautiful place. The bush is even more crazy. I just had a great time out there. Just campfires every day, tents. It was awesome. Yeah. Cheers.
Mate, how much do I owe you for all that? How much of a bribe do I owe for that?
So when Mo goes overseas, he gets a tattoo from the country that he goes to.
Oh.
So we went bush and Mo tasted a witchetty grub. Alright, and he spat it out and said, that tastes like paper. So he's now got a tattoo that he got the other night of a witchetty grub with a saddle, smoking a cigar, with a little phrase saying, tastes like paper. And guys, just over there, Mo's got his rubs. No, he hasn't, because they all sold out already. But there's only a few shirts left. They're $30 each or 2 for $80. Get in there quick and get them.
So as you can see with the actual meat itself, I mean, we cooked up that kangaroo stew. We did one that was literally sat there on Anzac Day for about 10 hours.
Yep, so we've got those rubs here. This is Tennessee's Texas brisket rub. Absolutely sensational. We had that on the brisket while we're out bush. We've got a championship rub which we used on the lamb ribs, which I cooked, which was sensational. But we've created, Mo and I, between us, our own lamb rub. Alright, so stay tuned. Thank you, Mr. Kaystock, for popping on up. Alright, you guys, get a photo, because no one's had a photo with you today.
So when you're actually cooking kangaroo, Andy, try not to overseason. I mean, I've done it. I've used Mo's rubs quite a fair bit, and it's just amazing. It's quite subtle, like I said. Overseason, it gets rid of the flavour of the meat, but also you've got to be careful how much salt and pepper you put into your plate as well. Because otherwise it's just going to dry out. There's not enough there. I've got a special seasoning that I do, like a rub that I use on my venison. I'm also using on the kangaroo, it works really well. It's a dry rub that I've made up. I use 2 spoons of turmeric, a teaspoon of paprika, salt, pepper, as much as you want, garlic powder, fresh garlic crushed, like I'll pummel that right down, and fresh rosemary. The most important thing, I know the smoking guys say this a lot, you've got to put oil on your meat. Now, because this has got literally no fat, heavily oiled. Okay? So what you do is basically just rub it on. It only has to sit on there for a couple of, like about 10 minutes at the most, and just sear it. Sear it once, let it literally seal right up, let the juices sit in, take it off the barbie. I usually use it on the hot plate over the coals. I always cook over the coals. I like coals. If you see some of our YouTube videos, you'll see me not using coals, it's on the gas, but I've got no choice. I'm at home sometimes. So yeah, sear it, let it rest, sear it again, literally for about another 4 or 5 minutes. Doesn't matter how big your back straps are, alright, it just cooks through really, really quickly. So yeah, so in saying that, Mo tried the backstrap before we went out to dinner at Ryan's pub the other night. And what did it need, Mo? I think it's just a little bit of rosemary, a little bit more. That was about it. 10 rows, honestly.
So just understanding what you actually do, Rob. So you provide a service where you go out and you take feral animals off farms' land.
Yep.
But you also show people what to do with those feral animals.
Yeah, so what we're actually doing now is a harvest camp cooking course.
Yep.
So we're taking the guys out like we did last week. I had the pleasure of having George there, little George over there. Shannon, some of the guys from Black Bear. Stand up, George. Can we see you? There we go. Go over there somewhere. Guys from Black Bear Barbecue. We had a couple of local guests from the Asheville community that came out to join us. So what we actually do is take people out, show them how ethically we actually colour them. Like everything I do is headshot. I like it really quick. Like Young does not feel anything. And the legend over there. Boy, he's almost as good as Shannon Walker. So, and literally we just show people how good the actual meat is, show them different ways of cooking it. We do a lot of camp oven, we do a lot of roasting, we do a lot of grilling. And literally like the money that we actually earn from that, I'll give a third of that back to the farmers to help them out as well, because I mean it's dry, they need a bit of money. We're helping them out, we're utilising getting rid of feral animals as well, so it helps them out in another way. But yeah, there's just so many different things that you can actually do to help farmers nowadays, no matter what, and either way you go. Yes, sir.
If you've got time and need on the wrong side, what would you take as a whole cut out of the bush? So would you cut it with your shoulder, your legs, and just take that? How would you do it with meat?
I'd normally, put it that way, if you're going to look at that sort of stuff. If you're out in the bush and you're very limited in what you can take, your primals are the number one, so it's the backstrap. So I'd literally start at the point, like right on the run, and take it right up to the net, to the chuck. So take it right up to the chuck, all the way through, and what you do is literally skin the animal right out, like resting on its legs, skin the animal right out so you've got a nice clean bed to work off. Pull your primals off, which is basically going to be your backstraps, your internal loin, and then take the legs and shoulders straight out. A lot of people don't understand, your truck steak's probably one of the best things to eat.
You're looking fat in that thing.
Oh mate, it's unbelievable meat. You braise that nice and slowly and it's almost, I'll say almost as good as my kangaroo tail stew. So that's pretty much the same as what you get at the butcher shop. That's kangaroo, ladies and gents. So you've got your cutlets up the top here. And you've got your loin chops down the bottom. So it's just a quick cut down the bottom of the bandsaw. I'm not really good on a saw, so I'm not even going to attempt that tonight. But you've got loins. So if you have a look at, if there's a bit of a close up here, your kangaroo loins have got, you can see the lines. So you've got one there, two there, three, four. So there's 4 loins right there, and then you've got an internal loin underneath as well. So kangaroo actually has 6 back straps, 6 loins, okay? And then you've got your tenderloin on the inside, or high fillet, whatever you're going to call it. Okay, so you get 8 back straps out of a kangaroo. They're very small, hence the reason why those little suckers are so expensive. All right, at a butcher shop, or when you go to Coles or Woolies or wherever you buy your kangaroo at the moment, well, they're selling for about $29 a kilo. So that's not the cheapest thing.
Is radish go any good with kangaroo?
Shannon picked up that, didn't he? Radishes are good for one thing. Just smoking over the fire, just to keep Shannon.
Radish, now I get it, yeah. I saw that.
Okay, yep.
Overcooked kangaroo. Like I've even seen chefs do it. You talk about how important it is on the cooking time for steaks, etc.
Okay, cooking time for kangaroo is exactly the same as what it is for deer. Alright, I normally just sear myself. I love searing. I mean, I don't do a lot of smoking like the rest of the guys do. I have had the privilege of bringing some stuff over to the guys at Black Bear just to give it a go and see how it works. And the steak inside of things, because it goes for too long, there's not enough moisture inside a kangaroo or a deer. So, like, especially with kangaroo, it's a really quick cook. If it's not quick, it's a long cook, like camp oven cooking, or in a pressure cooker. At home, if you've got a pressure cooker. Like I said, the secret is don't try and overdo it. Like when, I don't know if a lot of you guys seen what we were doing on Facebook last week on our camping trip. We just kept it really simple ingredients. Like I think in the camp oven all I threw in was garlic, onion, celery, potato, some wine. What else was there? Street. I can't remember. There was bugger all really. Aside from that, just some seasoning. What was that, George? Salt, pepper. Thanks, George. You're a beast. You're a legend. Some of Mo's beef rub. If you're lucky enough to have beef rub, like some of Mo's stuff, it's amazing. Now, I'm not saying it because he's a friend. Oh yeah, there's a lot of rubs out there. Like we tasted some today with the mate Ryan from I think it's Wong. The other guy up the top there. Yeah. They're amazing stuff. Like seriously, you try and you can just remember with this stuff here, it's got to be very, very subtle rubs. Okay, nothing too rich, nothing overboard with it. Okay, and it can't be too salty either. So, wow, go to street. Right, so that's your chump in your loins from the kangaroo. Like I said, there's no fat whatsoever in that. It's amazing stuff.
I've been butchering 30 years and Rob's just actually taught me stuff, so it's just to show what a game meat is actually like. It's phenomenal. So all the muscle structures are the same, but they're different muscles. So Rob's going to find the joints here as if he's cutting oxtail. You sure you're not a butcher there, Rob?
Nah, mate, never done this in my life.
No?
Nah, first day. Yeah.
You're looking for a job?
No. I like cleaning the house, mate. That's my job.
Not four walls?
No, did that before, mate. No. Clean the builder, helped out the butcher shop. Done all of that stuff. I love cleaning out the scrub. That's me. Right, yeah, so that's pretty lean. Like really lean meat. Okay, so it's really, really cooked quick. If you want to go overboard, like I mean, that's a double loin. Easy to cut, bones are soft as, there's nothing to it.
So I'm not too sure if the camera's picking up what I've actually done here, but this was one leg of veal. And, oh dear, sorry, geez, veal, what am I talking about? Thanks. One deer. So out of one leg, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different meals. And I guarantee every one of those meals, if treated properly, will be one of the best meals you've ever had. And that's off one deer, so off one leg of a deer.
Actually, we've got a few testimonies here. We've got Adam from the Meat Boutique, we've got George, we've got Shannon, we've got Mo, we've got a couple of other guys over there on the weekend. A lot of the blokes have never tried kangaroo or deer, and they, well, especially Adam hasn't tried either. Yep.
Adam from the Meat Boutique.
Okay, fair enough. Thought everyone thinks it's going to be really game, right? It all comes down to the preparation, guys. Seriously, like a lot of the stuff that you guys get is going to be all farm venison. Farm venison's got a completely different taste. I mean, that's just one loin from a kangaroo, and they're just the most healthiest little things you can find. Okay? Getting back to the nutritional side of things, I'm not a butcher, I don't have to present as good as Timmy, so don't even look at me for that. Now, if you're going to do a roast, I use a whole leg. Okay? And it's just a matter of just slicing it up, taking the sinews off, taking the knuckles off, just whatever you think. That can be rolled. You can put some spinach in it, a bit of cheese, plenty of oil, salt, pepper, do the whole lot, roll it up, and it's an amazing roast. Seriously, you can cook that there would only weigh about 1.5 kilos to at the most 2 kilos. You cook that for about 45 minutes. That's it. Dress it with a bit of oil, garlic, rosemary, thyme. If you want to use lemon myrtle like from the bush, if you know how to use bush herbs, it's ridiculously great. And white wine, plenty of it, and drink it while you cook it. There's one thing a cook knows, and it's tasting and drinking everything that you are gonna put on the plate, and I'm really good at that. So now, Timmy's got a beautiful loin. That's venison. He's just going to trim the top. Actually, we've got over here. There we go.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Here's one he prepared earlier, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see, I don't know if you can actually see that in the camera at all, but the texture of the actual, which one? That one in the middle? That one there? Right, you can see the actual texture, like it's really, really fine. Well actually I made the boys eat venison carpaccio. And it was pretty good. What's the recipe? The recipe's really hard for venison carpaccio. Olive oil, some caramelized balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper, and a drop of lemon. Just drizzle it over it, and it's ridiculously amazing. So the next thing, while Tim's doing that, I'm going to take the 4/4 off this, the shoulders.
So how many different species of deer do we have and how many do we eat?
Okay, we don't need anywhere near enough.
Fair enough.
Okay. We've got Samba, Red, Fallow, Cheddar, Rusa, missing one.
Wapiti.
Reindeer. Yeah, no, we don't have that yet. No. Never rains here in Australia. No.
Wapiti.
Yeah, we don't really get wapiti in Australia either. So we got five deers in Australia. There is hog deer, but it's not really a table quality meat. So that's nutritional. I'm going to get back to that because I keep getting led astray. Nutritional values of deer. Eating 200 grams of deer is equivalent to eating approximately 450 to 500 grams of beef. So it is that rich in protein, iron, zinc, like everything you get out of your meat, that you can eat. I made filet mignons for the guys out in the bush probably a month and a half to 2 months ago. We had a piece approximately, what can I say? As big as my palm. Now, sorry Timmy. They're not big loins. They're not thick. Just cut them the other side. Use a little bit of brie. I use triple cream brie. A little bit of spinach, or I made a little bit of chimichurri with that. So chopped up some parsley, chopped up a little bit of chives, celery, tomato, garlic, olive oil. Like really just pumped it in there, wrapped it in bacon, cooked it for 10 minutes. Oh no, everyone's salivating. If I had the barbecue here, I'd be cooking it for you, but I don't. But like it's a 10-minute cook, and it's only because you've got the actual bacon over it. It keeps really moist. The flavours are just ridiculously, like, just delicious. You can't beat it. Like I'd rather eat, and I'm not trying to put anything on the beef producers or sales in butcher shops. I would rather eat that over any lamb and beef any day of the week. That's me.
So if that was a lamb cut, it's going to obviously be your loin chops, or further on into the forecourt will be your cutlets. That was a beef cut, that would be your porterhouse steak. But that is absolutely the biggest backstrap I've seen, and that would, how much a kilo would that?
Currently, depends on where you're buying your meat and what butcher shop you're going to. They're retailing between $90 to $120 a kilo for venison backstrap. If you're going for the inner loin, your eye fillet, it's approximately starting at $120 a kilo. And they're a lot smaller. So there's the main reason. But when you actually get the taste of it, you kind of don't want to go back to normal meat.
Bit of an addiction there, right?
It is, mate. It's a very big addiction for me.
So the best thing about what Rob does is he's utilising all of the animal. He's not just shooting it, taking away one backstrap, leaving the rest there. He's actually utilising every part of the animal, including the skin, I suppose.
Yeah. We sell off the skins. Once we are fully operational in the actual processing plant, we'll be selling off skins. We'll be the ligament, the bone, like everything that we do with the animal. The antlers, the whole lot. Yep, we've already got a huge overseas market that's willing to buy it. The Australian market is actually starting to get into a little bit of game meats, and that's the reason why we're also doing a little bit of promotion the way we do on the internet. Just to get that out there, you know what I mean? People aren't aware about the actual quality and how good it is. I mean, there's not much fat on a deer, but you don't get rid of that, whatever you do. Like, it's beautiful. Like, that is prime. I'd stuff that, get some rosemary and garlic, stuff it, get a little bit of olive oil in there with some oregano. Get that in there, put it in an oven, pressure cook it, whatever you want, and it just makes the most amazing leg roast, honestly. Here we go. Someone give George a chance so we can see him. Oregano. Sorry, let me get it right. Oregano, George. It tastes like crocodile, mate. Now, a lot of people will discard that. They'd give it out with dog bones. Don't. The shanks are just as good as lamb. It's more rich. It's got a more full-bodied flavour. So keep your shanks if you can. Like, I mean, if anybody here does do their own harvesting and stuff, put those in a braise. It is the best thing you're ever going to eat. Fair dinkum. So Tim's going to separate that now. Do you want me to hold like in front of the knife though? Actually, I'm a good apprentice. Are you? Yeah, no, seriously. No. Look, I've only got 9 fingers.
So what I'm actually doing now is I'm going to try and bone and roll this. I haven't got the string on with me at the moment, but I'm also just mucking around and having a bit of fun because getting to do this in a butcher shop would be as rare as hen's teeth, so having the opportunity for a butcher to do this sort of stuff, you jump at it. There should be more of it. It's better for the environment, it's better for the farmers. This is a classed as vermin, isn't that right?
Yep. Technically it's a pest. It's an introduced species to Australia. Anything that's been introduced into Australia is a pest. A lot of people that do it as a hobby, there's a lot of hunters out there, they look at it as a game animal. That's what they pay their licenses for, but for farmers they are one of the biggest pests. Aside from, and kangaroos are a native animal, kangaroos are a pest. It's due to the actual populations and mismanagement of it. Wild boar, same sort of thing. A lot of people look at wild boar and go, oh my god, the animal looks disgusting, so it must taste disgusting. It is delicious. It really is. Same thing again. I mean, we cooked the venison on a rotisserie on the spit the other week. Everybody couldn't believe it. Like, your taste buds just go nuts. They really do. It doesn't have to cook. It takes half the time to actually cook than what a lamb does or a pig on the spit, only due to the grain of the actual meat is so fine. But aside from that, like, you're not going to get it's really hard to explain what venison tastes like until you taste it. It's subtle, but it's still rich. Yeah, how would you explain it aside from subtle?
A little bit like alpaca.
Sorry?
A little bit like alpaca.
No, it's better than alpaca. A lot better than alpaca. I've tried it all.
Alpaca's pretty nice.
Oh no, I've had it. I'm telling you, it leaves it for dead. It is delicate. It's a very delicate meat. Now, like I said, you can roast that up. You can do whatever you want. I like to casserole it. That's kangaroo. That's a leg. The other thing you can do, I mean, I've done schnitzels. If you guys cook schnitzels at home, I use all of it. Like the silver side, the top side, the rump, the bell, the round, the bell, whatever you want to call it. The whole lot of it, I've done it all into steaks. It's tender as, it really is. I don't know much more what more I can tell you about venison aside from it's pretty much the best meat that I've ever had. Hands down.
So are they playing proportion at the moment?
Yeah, they are. They're way out of control. The numbers of feral animals at the moment, if you look into the Monaro, which is down near Jindabyne, Cooma, Riverina areas, along the whole escarpment through the Great Dividing Range, all the way up to Tamworth, right there in massive, massive numbers.
So is the government helping the farmers clear these, or is it virtually up to guys like you to
the government's not doing anything, as usual. They think that aerial culling's going to fix things, but it doesn't. There's a lot of things that we would like to see happen as professional contractors. That unfortunately doesn't happen. But yeah, it's just one of those things where like, we try to do whatever we can to help where we can. Unfortunately, we just don't get enough support. So there's a lot of things out there. Best breed of deer. I've had Samba, I've had red deer, I've had fallow deer, I've tried rooster, not a big fan of rooster deer. My favourite of all is the actual fallow. Its texture, its flavour, their numbers as well. I mean, everybody obviously has to go out there, you have to find them, there's got to be big numbers of them. But yeah, when you have a look at it, I mean, it's just the flavour of it, it's a lot more subtle than a lot of the other breeds. My next favourite after that would be red deer. Red deer is, it's got more of a beefy flavour. You can imagine a beef with a young lamb. This is borderline, I could almost say goat. Yep. Very young goat.
Yep.
And I love goat. I come from a European family, so it's part of our staple diet, I guess. But to do this, there's so many different ways. Like, I had a question before, what's the best way to cook a leg roast? So I'd normally stuff it. I'd put a little bit of parmesan, a little bit of oregano. I got it right, I think. He's not complaining about it. So oregano, parsley, rosemary, garlic, salt, pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and just literally just cut pockets. So when I say cut pockets, if you got your shoulder, literally you only got to go in about 20 mil. So tip of the knife, about that far. All right. Stuff it in there. I just really cram the stuffing into it, because don't forget you need as much moisture as you can into that meat. The cheese helps. The parmesan cheese just helps it actually hold into that. Okay. It doesn't really give you much of a flavour because it just cooks right out. Okay. If you want to use cheddar, you don't use the parmesan, or you don't like it, you can use cheddar. You can use a little bit of brie, camembert. They're probably a little bit more subtle, so it's not as harsh. Plenty of olive oil. Just really load up the olive oil. I mean, I can't stress that enough. There's just nowhere near enough fat on the meat for it to actually like cook for a long period without that. Fresh tomatoes goes really well with it. I normally do my venison back straps. If I'm just grilling them, I'll do that turmeric and paprika rub. But what I'll do is I'll follow that up with a warm salad. So basically I'll roast capsicums, I'll roast garlic, get a whole heap of tomatoes, cucumber, celery. I chop it up really coarsely, it doesn't have to be fine. Throw it all together, throw a heap of balsamic vinegar, olive oil, salt and pepper, and it's just the most ridiculous flavour. Roasting the actual capsicum and the garlic just brings out a complete different texture. And if you want to go to that next level, whereas you don't want to just have steak, mix it together, slice it up once it's seared. Throw it all together, toss it. I mean, some people have seen what I cook on my Facebook pages and they're just sitting there going, wow, that's just amazing. Throw them in a Turkish bread roll that's been toasted and just chow down on it. It's ridiculous. Sorry?
What's your Facebook page?
My Facebook page is just my name, Rob Galena, or AFACMS. We've got a few of them, actually. So, then I've got AFACMS, so Australian Free Range Meat Emporium. So I've got a few different companies that we've set up. Our game meat processing plant is going to be called MGMPF, which is Mobile Game Meat Processing Facility. We had to just shortcut because it's too long. Just like AFACMS, Australian Feral Animal Control and Management Services. So the names are long, we've had to abbreviate it. So don't try and say that really quickly because it comes out the wrong way. Okay? So yeah, so we've got recipes on our website for Australian Free Range Meat Emporium. And it's got recipes for deer, it's got recipes for rabbits, it's got recipes for wild pig, goat, like everything. Whatever you possibly imagine. I mean, if there's stuff there, like people send us emails saying, oh Rob, we need a recipe for rabbit, different rabbit styles of cooking. So whether you want to braise it, you want to grill it, you want to fry it. Probably the best thing that I've tasted on deer at the moment, we tried it at my folks' place about 2 weeks ago. 2 minutes only. Was the same sort of rub, but deep fried. I just sat there and thought to myself, what harm could come out of it with deer? But it actually sealed the juices and the flavours inside by deep frying it. Yes, the cholesterol went up to about 1 million. I don't care. I'm just going to run it off out in the bush. But the flavour of that meat, deep fried, like that deep fried was just, oh wow, unlike anything I've ever tried. So, Timmy, run us through what you've done.
Well, dissected, so we had the forequarter of the leg and the loin, the normal 3 cuts. It's a little bit hard with a little hand saw, and because this meat is so, as Rob put it, delicate, that's actually a cutlet. So that'd be the same lame cutlet that you'd get the shot, but the size of that it just, 2 of those would be a feed. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got your little venison scallopini pieces, so you can actually just put your thumb through those. You can see how tender the meat actually is. That is just phenomenal. You've got your knuckle done up. That's venison rump. So the same as a rump steak you buy in the shop steak. Venison backstrap. Now that is just a work of art. That is phenomenal. What you're doing, Rob, is absolutely fantastic. And this would just be a 4-quarter roast, so same as anything else. The knife just falls through it. So obviously it's slow cooked that.
Yep, definitely. I'd probably put, like I said before, a bit of English spinach, a bit of camembert cheese, or I like using triple brie or double brie cheese. It's just got a nicer flavour to it with the meat itself. Salt and pepper doesn't have to be heavy. Paprika goes really well with this. Okay, so paprika, a little bit of turmeric, and just plenty of olive oil, mate. And yeah, I'd put it on a rack, a little bit of white wine or Riesling, just to sweeten it up, because it's a very sweet meat, so it's just enough just to keep it moist while it's cooking.
Mate, this is.
But aside from that, yeah, like there's 1,000,001 things you can possibly do.
So what Rob does is it's better for the environment, it's better for the animals themselves. They're not getting culled by the government, they're actually getting culled by a professional. It's just a really, really good service, and people should be eating more of this meat. It's better for you. It's not fed hormones, hasn't been penned up for 3 months and been fed grain to try and get a bit of fat in it. It's pure natural, comes out of the bush, and it's a win-win situation for everyone. So
anybody literally who's looking for an organic meat, we've actually been sitting down with governmental authorities to actually see if we can get it certified once we're operational. We can actually get this meat and literally all of our game meats organic certified, which is a huge thing, honestly, because you're not eating any sort of chemicals, you're not eating any sort of injected meats, any sort of pesticides at all. It's just a purely natural meat, rich in protein, rich in iron. It's got omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6, so you're getting what you're getting out of fish in this meat, which is pretty good in a small dose, but it's a very quick meat to cook as well. So there's just a lot to do with it. So much to do.
all right, we're about to finish up. Anyone else?
Any more questions? Anyone? No? All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another massive Meatstock. Round of applause for our final presenters of the day, Mr. Rob Galina right there and Tim. Wow. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And I don't know if you can see it the same as on the screen as what it is up here, but it's like something that stands out to me is the colour of this meat. It's so deep and red and rich in colour, but it's beautiful to look at. So once again, thank you guys very much for sticking around for the presentations. The only thing we've got to do this afternoon is announce